Sanskars are the rites prescribed by the Vedic and dharmic texts, either for purification or generating or infusing some qualities by which a person becomes eligible to perform some more rites. In other words, sanskars are for cleansing the mind and body and leading consequently to a healthy, happy, and peaceful life in this world and moksha after death. Atma Shariran Yatarnishtha Vihita Kriya Janya Atishay Vishesha Sanskara. That is, any rites and observances aiming at producing a peculiar virtue or quality that is connected with mind or body is called sanskar. Sanskars refine, condition, and purify the psychomatic processes. Our ancient Vedic tradition identifies 16 such important milestones in life, and we collectively celebrate them. These are called as Shodasha Samskraras. Shodasha Samskraras identifies sanskar rituals as eminent landmarks from womb to tomb of an individual. The sanskars are based on ancient texts, Manusmritis and Griya Sutras. Garbhadhan, conception. Garbhadhan is the first sanskar from the 16 sanskars in the Sanatan Dharma. Garbhadhan consists of two Sanskrit words, Garbh, which means womb, and Dhan, which means attain or wealth. Thus the word Garbhadhan literally means attaining the wealth of womb. It is the foremost sanskar followed to pray for a child and its well-being. As parents, one beholds a responsibility towards the child and its requirements. Garbhadhan Puja laid following the ways mentioned in the Shastras for fulfilling a child's duty. If the conceiving happens when the mind, body and soul are happy, they result in a healthy and intelligent child. Unswan, fetus protection. This is the second sanskar from 16 sanskars. Unsvan is a composite word of pun, which means to move as well as a soul, while savan, which means ceremony. The punsavan is the second sanskar performed in the third or fourth month of conception by the family members. There are different diverse traditions for this rite, mainly a yajna performed while reciting the Vedic hymns and prayer for a healthy baby. The purpose of this ritual is to have healthy and good progeny. The possibilities increase if the conception takes place according to the position of the planets. The food and diet of the mother are also maintained. It is done to celebrate the consciousness that is present in the fetus. Simantonayanam Sanskar. Simantonayanam is the third sanskar performed ideally in the 7th or 8th month of pregnancy. The significance of the ritual is to ensure a safe delivery and to keep the mother happy. As the date of delivery comes closer, many physical and hormonal changes start to happen in mother's body. The almost fully grown baby also goes through changes. The word Simantonayanam suggests the same. Sima means boundary, Ant means end, An means to open, while Nayan means eyes. Hence, the literal meaning of Simantonayanam is to open your eyes and transcend the boundaries and limitations. The ceremony is performed to purify the atmosphere where mother will be staying with the baby after giving birth. Jat Karma, the birth ritual. The word Jat means brought into existence, while the word Karma means action. The composite word Jat Karma thus means a rite of passage when one is born. It is performed not just to celebrate the baby's birth, but also to create a bond between the father and the baby. Jatakarma Sanskar gets performed on the 6th day of a child's birth. It helps in the purification of the atmosphere in the house to give healthy air to the child. Family members pray to goddess Shashti, who is the protector of children, for keeping the child safe from physical and mental problems. The father welcomes the baby by feeding the baby's lips with honey and ghee. It fastens the healthy growth of the child. Namkaranam Sanskar. Namkaran literally means naming, is the naming ceremony in Vedic tradition. This sanskar gets performed between 11 to 45 days of birth. The meaningful name is given to the baby, the first letter of which is selected from baby's Vedic horoscope. Every child's horoscope contains one letter from which a name of the baby is to be selected. Preferred names are those affiliated with deities, virtues, lucky stars, constellations, derivatives of the name of the father or mother, the place of birth, or beautiful elements of nature such as trees, flowers, birds, etc. Each of us is born in a particular constellation. Each constellation has a familiarity with a particular sound. That sound is suggested in individual's Vedic horoscope to name the baby. Nishkraman Sanskar. Nishkraman means the first outing. It is the 6th of the 16 Sanskar. On the day of the Nishkraman, a square area in the courtyard from where sun can be seen is plastered with cow dung and clay, and the sign of swastik is marked on it. The mother of the child scatters grains of rice over it. The child is brought to the place and the ceremony begins. At the end of the ceremony, the father makes the child look at the sun with the sound of the conch shell and the chanting of Vedic hymns. The child is also shown good and auspicious symbols taken to temple or any place the family has the faith in. Nishkraman is ideally performed in the 4th month after the birth. Annaprashan Sanskar. Annaprashanam is the 7th Sanskar in Vedic tradition that marks an infant's first intake of food apart from mother's milk. The term Annaprashanam means eating of food. The ceremony is usually arranged by consultation with a priest who selects an auspicious date on which it is to be performed. It is usually carried out between 6 to 8 months after the child is born or when the teeth begins to appear. This day is special since till this day the child has only consumed food from the mother. In the womb, the child receives nutrition from the mother. After the birth, the child is fed only the mother's milk. Annaprashanam Sanskar is performed to mark the day and assure the child that Mother Earth will now be nurturing you. It is an occasion for celebration. Extended family members, friends and neighbors are invited to attend. Ideally, rice pudding is fed to the baby while reciting prasad mantras as a part of Annaprashanam Sanskar. Chudakarm Sanskar. Chudakarm Sanskar is also known as Mundan ceremony, where the child's hair is shaved off. It symbolizes cleansing, renewal and new growth. Mantras are chanted and the child is given blessings for a long life, prosperity and fame. According to the traditions, the hair from birth is associated with undesirable traits from past lives. Thus, at the time of the Mundan, the child is freshly shaven to signify freedom from the past and moving into the future. The rite is performed as a special ceremony in most homes for young girls and boys. Karnavedan Sanskar. Karnavedan is the 9th of the 16 Sanskaras of Vedic tradition. Karn means ear and Vedan means to pierce. It is an ear-piercing ceremony. In some places, it is believed that performance of Karnavedan is as important as Upanayanam, the sacred thread ceremony. Piercing ears is believed to help in developing the memory. It has a unique value when performed on both male and female child. Vidyarambh Sanskar, also called as Aksharabhyas. Vidya means knowledge and Arambh means beginning. Vidyarambh Sanskar is the 10th Sanskar of 16 Sanskaras of Vedic tradition. The child is introduced to the world of knowledge through this Sanskara. Vidyarambh is traditionally observed on Vijayadashmi day. Children are formally introduced into learning of music, dance, languages and other folk arts. It involves a ceremony of initiation into the characters of the syllabary. Initiation into the world of the written language usually begins with the writing of a mantra or symbol of Om. The child is to write it on a sand or in a plate of rice grains under the supervision of a master who conducts the ceremony, usually a priest or a guru. Upanayanam Sanskar. One of the most important aspects of human life is education. Before stepping in the field of education, one needs to take some commitments, and Upanayanam is one such commitment. Upanayanam means being closer to the teacher. When the child is ready to go to the Gurukul or start schooling in today's world, child's parents along with the teacher impart the first teaching. This ceremony is called Upanayanam. Upanayanam is also called Brahmopadesham, which means the instruction about the Brahma. The highest knowledge that you are the Brahma is to be the child's first learning. The word Nayan in Upanayanam means leading. The child is first shown the truth. You are the Brahma, and then the Guru teaches how to make that truth child's reality. The vision is very important. The Guru gives the vision and by extension a direction to the child. One major aspect in Upanayanam is to give the child Janeo, also called Yagyopavitam or sacred thread. This thread, made by connecting 3 threads, it has 1 knot and is worn across the torso of one shoulder. 3 threads signify 3 major responsibilities a child has to carry out in his life. These 3 responsibilities are towards one's parents, towards the knowledge that one acquires, and towards the society. In Upanayanam, the child is also initiated into the Gayatri Mantra. Gayatri Mantra is a mantra praying for sharp intellect. Vedarambha Sanskar. Vedarambha is the 12th of the 16 Sanskar in Vedic tradition. Ved is Vedic literature, while Arambha means the beginning. Hence, Vedarambha literally means commencement of the studies of Vedas. This ceremony is performed on any auspicious day after the Upanayanam. In front of the sacred fire, the student takes a vow of dedicating himself to serve his Guru and to live a disciplined life. The student follows the path of Brahmacharya and focuses only on the education. Samvartana Sanskar. Samvartana is a rite of passage in the ancient texts of Hinduism performed at the end of the Brahmacharya period and marked the graduation of the student in Gurukul. It is the 13th Sanskar of the 16 of Vedic tradition. Before leaving the Gurukul, the student offers his Guru Guru Dakshina. Sam means equal and Vartan means behavior. Samvartan hence translates into now you are equal to me, or now you will behave like me. It also signifies a person's readiness to enter Grihasthashram, meaning householder life. Thus the ceremony is marked by the end of school. It does not imply immediately starting a married life. Anyone who had completed this rite of passage is called a Vidya Sanatak, meaning knowledge expert. Vivaha Sanskar. Vivaha Sanskar is one of the most important and elaborate sanskar out of the 16 sanskars in Vedic tradition. Vivaha means marriage. In Vedic tradition, it is the only way for a man and woman to come together and start a family. It is a commitment of everlasting companionship between husband and wife. According to Vedas, marriage can commence after one has completed Brahmacharya ashram, the student life maintained with celibacy. One of the main ceremonies in Vivaha Sanskar is Saptapadi, or 7 sacred vows. These are the vows the bride and the groom exchange and promise to follow them. They are the guidelines for a couple to stay devoted to each other and lead a happy married life. Vanaprastha, preparing for renouncing. The ceremony is performed at the age of 50, in some cases at the age of 60. At the beginning of the ceremony, a man completes his Grihastha Dharma and enters the Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha marks the beginning of the retirement stage, where an individual withdraws from household life to engage more deeply in spiritual practices. It is a transition phase from a life with greater emphasis on earth, that is wealth and calm pleasure, to one focused on moksha, that is spiritual liberation. This stage is significant as it represents a shift in focus towards spiritual growth and detachment from material pursuits. Antyeshti Sanskar. Antyeshti is the final sanskar performed for the soul's journey on the earth. Antyeshti literally means last sacrifice. It refers to the funeral rites for the one that has left the body. It is also widely known as Antim Sanskar and Antakriya. According to the Vedic tradition, when the body is cremated, Vedic mantras are chanted and relevant rituals are performed. The human body and the universe consists of 5 elements: air, water, fire, earth, and space. The last rite of passage returns the body to the 5 elements and its origins. The body is offered to the fire as the last sacrifice, with the reminder that the body is perishable but the soul or the Brahm is immortal. Each sanskar is a deliberate and positive impression created to help an individual grow and evolve, both spiritually and socially. They are designed to bring about greater awareness and channelize energies into positive fields, ultimately leading to self-realization. These rites of passage serve to cultivate positive qualities, purify the soul, and lead it to union with the divine, forming a comprehensive framework for living a life aligned with spiritual principles and values.